Hi guys, let's take a break today from all the videos about man toys, yeah? And today I'm going to tell you the story about when Mario went home. Okay, so this is one of the great tragedies of my life, and I guess it's one of the great comebacks and great joys and triumphs as well. So, when I was a little kid, every now and then my parents would take us to McDonald's and they would get us Happy Meals. And even back then, some Happy Meals had better toys than others. Some we barely played with, and some were favorites. Yeah. So this story, I'm pretty sure, goes back to the late 1980s, maybe like 1988, 1989. Not exactly sure. Okay, but um, in the Happy Meals, McDonald's had Super Mario Brothers toys, right? I remember one of them had a pump. I don't know if that was Luigi or if that was Yoshi. Um, but anyway, one of the toys was Mario. Oh, and man, I loved that Happy Meal toy so much. So the way it worked, I mean, this is the exact toy, okay, is there's a suction cup, a flat base, and then there's a spring, okay? And so you make the suction cup stick, and of course the spring is fighting the suction, and eventually pop. Yeah. And boy, I don't know if I'm just remembering things wrong, or if since this is like almost 40 years old, that the spring is just weaker than it used to be. But I remember it seemed like Mario, when he would jump, it just seemed like he would really jump. And I guess when you're a kid, um, smaller things are bigger things, yeah. Or maybe he actually did jump higher, yeah. And so sometimes I would put him down and I'd try to guess like now, and then I would try to catch him like that, right? So the way this story goes is this was pretty much my favorite toy at that point in my life. Okay, I just played with it constantly all day, and one day I had to take a dump, do number two, use the bathroom. So I was sitting on the toilet doing my business, and as that was happening, next to the toilet there was the counter for the sink, and I was putting Mario on top of the counter, and I would wait for Mario to jump, and then I would try to catch him. All right? And so the whole time, however long it took, I was just playing with Mario while I was using the bathroom. Okay. And then after I got done wiping and like putting my clothes back on, um, and I was about to, I guess, get up and wash my hands and go out of the bathroom, I put Mario down like this. Okay. And wouldn't you believe it, the most remarkable thing happened. Okay. So I flushed the toilet, and at the exact same moment that I flushed the toilet, Mario decided to make a run for it. Mario jumped, okay? And I tried to catch Mario, and all the other times that Mario jumped, of course, I caught him. And the one time when the consequences and the stakes were highest, I didn't catch Mario. So Mario just slips through my hand, and I literally see Mario fall perfectly in the toilet while the water is spiraling down. And I see Mario exit my life. Okay? And oh man, when you have a favorite toy and when you're a kid and when the toy is irreplaceable, man, that's devastating. Truly a traumatic experience in my life. And I've always been sad about it. I've always felt just great sorrow for my lost Mario. Um, but I never recognized this when I was young. That there was a great irony in this whole Mario's disappearing act, because if well, most of you know, if you've played Super Mario Brothers, yeah, growing up, then you know that Mario is always going in the sewers. Yeah, he's always going down pipes. And so, how funny, how fitting, yeah, that my Mario went home. He went to his sewers, yeah, just like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, but anyway, so why didn't I just replace it? Okay, so if you're a younger person watching this video, you don't know how the world used to look, how the world used to work, right? And if you're older like me, then you do know how the world used to work. Yeah, there was no eBay, there was no Amazon, there was no like just buying what you want, finding what you want, and getting it shipped. There was no internet, so there was no way to find it. Yeah, so never at any point in my life did I ever think I would see Mario again, or that Mario would be replaceable. Yeah. Um, until one day, I was sitting on my toilet, decades later, in a completely different house, and all of a sudden, Mario came popping out of. No, I'm joking. That didn't happen, guys. Okay. Yeah, for the longest time, I just didn't think Mario was replaceable and that Mario was searchable or Mario was findable. Okay. Until one day I realized, wait a minute, we live in the 2000s and now there's eBay and now there's the internet and now they're shipping things. And so I was like, I wonder if Mario is actually replaceable, if he can actually be found. All right. And sure enough, okay, Mario was found and he was replaced. And although this is just a funny little cheap dinky toy, um, oh man, it brings me so much joy to have this guy back in my life, even though I'm an older person now. Yeah. And so, love this toy. Brings me a smile every time I see him. Yeah. And so, that is the story of when Mario went home and how Mario is back.